I want to tell you about something that's really disgusting that's happening right here in New York City, okay? We have a mayor and a governor who are playing games with people's lives, okay? They won't let kids go back to school. Now they said they're going to let them go back to school on the 21st, okay? The 21st. All of a sudden, all the teachers are getting coronavirus, we see today. I told you a few weeks ago at the rally at City Hall that this is a Ponzi scheme between the mayor, the governor, and Michael Mulgrew, the head of the teachers union, that they have to say they're opening to get federal funding, okay? And then when they get the federal funding, they use the union to say, oh my God, they're not taking care of our teachers. Most of the teachers I know tell me privately they want to go back to work. And by the way, I made a great suggestion to Mike Mulgrew. Put the teachers on a screen and put the kids in the classroom, because we know empirically that kids are 99% asymptomatic. And I think there's only been 2 deaths of kids under 12 years old in the whole country. So the kids ain't the problem. If the teachers are the problem, put them on a screen and put an aide in the classroom that can handle wearing a mask and give them a little extra pay. Like nurses and doctors and first responders, they probably going to get some extra stimulus at the end of this also. All right, now, right here in New York, I talked about it last week, the restaurants in New York City, the restaurants are still closed completely for indoor dining. The whole rest of the state is open. And when they asked Bill de Blasio, why are restaurants closed? He said, well, you know, the people that go there, they're wealthy, they're middle class. It's not a major problem. We're going to focus on people who need resources. So he basically said that those old rich folks who want to go eat in a restaurant, I don't care about you. And just because you go eat in a restaurant, it don't make you rich, okay? But de Blasio went on the record and he stated, middle class folks and higher, you want to go to a restaurant, too bad, okay? A bunch of brave restaurant owners right here in Staten Island, New York, and around the city are banding up with Lou Gelormino, Mark Fonte, James Maringas, and they brought a class action suit against the mayor and the governor. That got their attention. And then they said they're going to open with a 25% indoor capacity. Now, if you know anything about restaurants, I've owned a couple of bars in my life. That's why I host Liquid Lunch, okay? Most restaurants need, at 100%, they need to turn over those tables over the course of the night 2 or 3 times to make any money. So at 25%, there's not enough hours in the day for them to get to the amount of turnover they need. So it's bogus, okay? And they snuck in this little thing that they're going to let them open on September 28th. Coincidentally, just a week after schools are going to open. Okay, so watch me now. Mark it down. When I say stuff that's wrong, people call me out all the time. They said the 28th because on the 21st, they're going to let the kids go back to school. And within the next few days, they're going to say there's a massive outbreak around the schools and they're going to close down indoor dining again. So trust me when I tell you, the scam is on. And these guys are scammers. I mean, everyone that's close to Andrew Cuomo is either indicted or in jail. Okay? Everyone around Bill de Blasio is indicted or in jail or pled guilty, and still $800 million is missing from the Thrive program that his wife ran with no, quotes, measurable results. They couldn't even tell what they did with the money or what results they were getting from the money. I said this and I'll say it again. These guys are in business for one thing: push socialism upon us and pad their safety deposit boxes. That's what's going on, okay? And in Staten Island, one of the brave dudes, okay, the family, the O'Toole family, Bobby Hanley was down there from another restaurant in Staten Island, Bocelli's, Max Eska, all these guys from the Restaurant Association, Robert DeLuca were there. Their names go on the thing, and guess what? This makes me erupt. And I went nuts on Facebook yesterday. And believe me, I'm taking incoming right now from some of our local politicians for putting too much honesty out there on a public forum. But where are all of our politicians? I went to the press conference. I don't own a restaurant. I went there to support. Okay? You know who was there? Andrew Lanza was there. You know who was there? Steve Matteo was there. You know who was there? Nicole Malitakis was there. Yeah, she's running for something, but she's there, okay? And this just happened on Friday, okay? Joyce's, famous Staten Island saloon, great restaurant, great food, run by the O'Toole family, awesome dudes, okay? Do you know on 9/11 Friday, just 2 days after filing a lawsuit against the mayor and the governor, these mutts from the sheriff's department, directed, I'm sure, by either the mayor or the governor, went in and shut down Joyce's Tavern. Shut it down. You know what was going on 9/11 at Joyce's Tavern? A fundraiser for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, which gives millions and millions and millions of dollars to veterans, to families of first responders, okay? They were having an event to help raise money for Tunnel to Towers, for 9/11 families and survivors, and the sheriff comes in just 2 days after. These people are on a lawsuit and shuts down their restaurant, okay? So now, are we supposed to live in a society where business owners should get retribution taken against them for being a plaintiff in a lawsuit when they're fighting for their life? They're fighting for their family. Retribution is what they call it, okay? All you politicians out there could call me up screaming and yelling, saying what you're doing behind the scenes, all you guys who don't want to show up, okay? Nobody's doing nothing as far as I could see. I see Lanza out there. I see Cusick out there put a letter out there. Some people signed on to it. Where are our politicians standing every day in the face of a mayor who said we don't want to open restaurants because middle-class people go there and they got plenty of resources. They don't need it. Where are the politicians that are going to say, hey, yo, Mayor de Blasio, get lost, okay? You can't shut down somebody who just filed a lawsuit against you because you don't like the lawsuit. And that's just what happened. So we should all fear, even if you're not a restaurant owner, fear what's happening in blue cities around the country. Because in St. Louis, 2 registered gun owners got arrested for having guns when their house was getting attacked by Antifa and Black Lives Matter, okay? Now in New York, you bring a lawsuit against the mayor and the governor to stand up for your family, to try to open your restaurant and save your livelihood. And guess what? 2 days later, the Gestapo comes in and shuts down the restaurant. That's not the way our justice system is supposed to work. And when the government is showing 2 legs of it, have no compassion for the people, the judiciary branch is supposed to be that check. And when somebody goes to seek relief in the judiciary branch, we should not have the sheriff coming down to drop the long arm of the law on their head. So everybody should be riled up, and everybody should be asking all these blue mayors, what TF are you doing to our democracy?